Shalom, shalom, everyone. In this particular video, I will be discussing sex magic. There are a lot of women, and I'm pretty sure that guys and, the men can testify to this. And I was unaware of this because I am a woman and I don't mess around with other women. I'm heterosexual and I date guys. So I really don't know what's going on, as far as like what guys experience from women other than what I see on social media. And as of lately, I have been seeing a lot of men, and I mean a lot of guys, even guys that I'm friends with on my friends list on Facebook. They're coming forth and they're speaking about these witches that they have been dating, that they used to see they were in a relationship with. And the crazy thing about it today, you can't tell the witches apart anymore. You can't tell the witches apart anymore. You don't know who's a witch and who's not a witch, back in the old days, you knew a witch, like the way that she talked, the way that she dressed, the type of jewelry that she wore, amulets and crystals and, things like that. Now, witches can look like me and you. They don't have to, back before knowledge was increased, before technology was increased, they had to go straight to the source. They had to go to New Orleans, or they had to go to Africa and speak with a voodoo doctor, a voodoo priest, in order to, get any kind of witchcraft magic done on someone. Now they can just go straight to Google. They can go straight to Google and they can Google love spells. They can Google sex magic. They can Google all kinds of stuff, and that's exactly what they're doing. The scripture said that in the end of days, many would fall away from the faith, that there would be a great apostasy, and people would take heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. And this is exactly what we're seeing. And it's in the Christian community too. In the Christian community, there are women, there are, church girls that go to church and they leave church and they start casting spells. All of this stuff is esoteric mysticism. Christ did nothing in secret. Christ did not dibble and dabble in Middle Eastern mysticism. He did nothing esoteric. Everything he did was in public. He never did anything behind closed doors. He never did anything in private. Everything was in public so that it could be made a spectacle, so that people could see and know that the power that he was operating out of. Even one of the Pharisees condemned him by casting out a demon by the power of Satan. He said Satan cannot cast out Satan, for his kingdom would be divided, which is true. And a lot of these church people, they're getting their scriptures mixed up. They're cherry picking things. They're literally mixing things. And you can't cast out Satan by Satan, because his kingdom will be divided. He has a kingdom just like God has a kingdom. Satan copies, mocks, introverts, and perverts all of God's ways. And sex is one of them. Sex is supposed to be enjoyed by a married couple, preferably a God-ordained couple, not a couple that man ordained themselves. A lot of people, they just go out here and they just pick the best suitor that they think that they can find and, settle down with this person. But in all actuality, it is God that picks your spouse for you, your God-ordained spouse. Sex is intimacy. I'll say that intimacy is to be enjoyed with the person that you're in love with, or the person that God has ordained for you to be with. Satan has perverted that principle, and he is making the world believe that you can experience intimacy with anyone, and that's not true. You can have sex with anyone, but you can't be intimacy with anyone. Intimacy. You can't be vulnerable with everyone. And Satan is tricking people and making people believe that if they tap into Tantra, if they tap into Kabbalah, Shekinah glory, if they tap into new age visualization, if they use sex magic, which was something that Aleister Crowley wrote a book on, if they tap into these things, that they can experience a supernatural high, better sex, better love, better relationship. And it's even been taught that they can manifest certain things while they're climaxing. Sex magic is pretty much the visualization and manifestation during the climax. There are a lot of women and witches that use this, and the men are completely oblivious to it. The men have absolutely no idea, because it's not like you can look into this woman's mind and see what she is thinking. She could be manifesting anything. She could be manifesting a new job, a new career, a new house, dream car. She could be manifesting for you to marry her. She could be manifesting for you not to cheat on her. She could be manifesting that you see no other woman but her. This is why a lot of guys, they'll date a woman and they'll have sex with her one time and they're hooked. They're like, I don't know what it is about her. I'm so in love with her. I've never been with anyone like this, the way she makes me feel. This woman may be doing witchcraft on you. I've met a couple of guys that have had witchcraft done on them, and it was so strong. And people have tried to tell them, she's doing witchcraft on you. She takes a trip to New Orleans every single year. You act like you have roots put on you, and the witchcraft is so strong. They're like, no, she's not doing witchcraft. No, I love her, and this, that, and the other. I'm like, wow. And there have been some guys that have come forth and said, I don't know what it is about her. I don't know what it is about her. I think I'm in love with her. She's putting roots on you. The same way Beyonce puts roots on her audience. Beyonce is doing witchcraft. And if you don't believe me, you can go back and look at one of Beyonce's performances at the BET Awards when she was performing Me, Myself, and I. Right as the song began and she was starting to walk down the stairs to sing to the two guys of Outkast, Andre 3000 and Big Boy, you could actually see her put her hands in a devil horns shape. The index and the pinky finger sticking straight up. The rock and roll sign is not really a rock and roll sign, it's the devil horns. And this is a sign that's used in witchcraft. It's a sign to rebuke the evil eye, and it's also an enchantment to get people to be seduced by you. And there are a lot of people, even women, that are practically in love with Beyonce. They're like, I don't know what it is about her. There's just something about her I just love. And it's because she's doing witchcraft on the audience while she's performing. Now, not to digress, but, it's getting to the point where you can't tell these witches apart anymore. They're not walking around with brooms and, black pointy hats and, crazy hairstyles and crazy clothes and drinking moon water and wearing crystals. I mean, they're looking like regular everyday people. They're going online and Googling this stuff and seeking it out, and they're actually using it and practicing it on people. And if you don't believe me, you can actually get on YouTube and Google sex magic, and you see all of these girls who are in their 20s talking about sex magic and manifestation and visualization and tantra and Kabbalah and all this stuff, and it's all witchcraft. It's all phallus worship. All of it. It's phallus worship. Satan is making you believe that you can experience higher quality of things through manifesting in your climax while you're having sex with your partner. All you have to do is go to God and ask God. You have not because you ask not. God gives you the desires of your heart. The same way God can bless you, the devil can bless you too. He took Christ up out on the mountaintop, showed him all of the kingdoms of the earth, and said, I will give you these if you bow down to me. The same way God can bless you, Satan can bless you too. You just got really got to be careful with who you're messing around with. Make sure you're equally yoked. A lot of people out here say they believe in God and they go to church, but as soon as you get to know them, they said it with their mouth, but their heart is near. I mean, their heart is not near. They said it with their mouth, but their heart is far away. And I've experienced this myself too, where people will act like they're a Christian just to reel you in, and then once you're in too deep, you start seeing the real them and what they really believe in. Delilah in the Bible. It was Delilah who seduced Samson in order to cut off his hair and to rob him of his energy and his power source. And this is the same thing that's happening with this whole sex magic thing. It's the same thing that's happening. Aleister Crowley and his wife went to the pyramids of Giza and they performed sex magic. And it was so intense. It must have been really intense what they were doing. I mean, first of all, they're in the pyramids of Giza. That's a demonic portal right there. You know, there were so many sacrifices and so much conjuring up of demonic spirits in the pyramids. They knew exactly what they were doing. They took their honeymoon to the pyramids of Giza. They actually went off somewhere and had sex magic, and they invoked the spirit of an ET by the name of Lamb. And he drew a picture of him, and he had this huge Martian head. This is how that lamb alien even showed himself to Aleister Crowley, was through sex magic. This stuff is real. This stuff is strong. You know, another example, look at the Kardashian sisters. Let's be real. Let's keep it honest. The Kardashian sisters are a witch coven. They're all witches. I don't believe Kourtney is. I would doubt that Kourtney and possibly Kendall are not witches, but the rest of them, Kim, Khloe, and Kylie, they're witches. They have a witch coven. If you pay attention, every single last guy that they ever get with ends up losing their minds. When they have sex with these people, they are extracting their energy, their life force, their energy force from them. This is why a lot of guys, when they get through having sex, they feel very drained. And I don't mean tired from, you know, the physicality of having sex. That's not what I mean. I mean spiritually drained. They feel spiritually drained because this woman is literally taking your energy in the spirit realm. You think you're just tired from pounding it out. No, that's not the reason why you're tired. You're drained because she zapped you of your energy. When you have sex with the person that you are destined to be with, you don't feel drained. You feel a sense of closeness with this person that you don't experience with anyone else. Intimacy, where two spirits become one. It's a soul tie. It's literally a soul tie. And these guys are going out here having sex with these witches, and you're getting your soul tied up with the witch. She doesn't have to bury your underwear in the backyard or put menstrual blood in your spaghetti. Witchcraft is so much more simpler than that. And they've figured it out. They've tapped into it. They don't have to go to New Orleans or Africa to speak with a voodoo doctor. They can get on Google. They don't have to bury your underwear in the backyard or put menstrual blood in the spaghetti. They can seduce you and have sex magic with you, and you would be completely oblivious to it. And I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a guy, because that's how the Lord works. There's going to be a person that's experiencing this, and they're going to receive the confirmation and revelation that they need after watching this video. I hope this video is sent and pops up on every person's recommended videos who it's intended for. The Kardashians are a witch covenant. Every single guy that they have ever gotten with, and they've zapped him of all of his energy and his source, his energy source, they lost their minds. And the Kardashians, they just keep getting richer and richer and richer. I mean, I know her dad was a lawyer, and she was personal assistant for Paris Hilton, but They have a ridiculous amount of money that they had before this whole Kardashian empire ever took off. Everybody in Hollywood is practicing Kabbalah or witchcraft in one form or another. Intimacy, true intimacy. To make love to a person, you have to be in love with that person, married to that person, especially in your God-ordained marriage. Woo, y'all have the same spirit. So of course it's going to be, the intimacy is going to be on another level. It's going to be earth-shattering, out of this world, the intimacy that you have with your God-ordained spouse. And Satan perverts and mocks and copies this by making people believe that you can have sex with anyone and you can experience intimacy through sex, which is not the same thing. But he's making people believe that you can experience sex and intimacy at the same time through Middle Eastern mysticism, sex magic, Kabbalah, and Tantra. And it's all perverted. It's all perverted. That's not how God intended for it to be. That's how Satan intends for it to be. There are certain verses, scriptures in Song of Solomon, where Solomon is actually taking delight in making love to his wife, seeing her naked, referring to her breast as grapes, and tasting the spices that flow thereof. And you know, it's talking about the scriptures in Song of Solomon. Not only is it talking about oral sex, which is not to be condemned when you're married. It's a part of sex. Some people believe oral sex is a sin. I highly suggest that you read Song of Solomon. Scriptures in Song of Solomon are talking about oral sex, but it's talking about it in a poetic way, and it's referring to it as fruit, for it to not be perverted. The woman is referring to her man's penis as like an apple or apple tree, and he's referring to his wife's breast as grapes or pomegranates or so. No, he's referring to her genitalia as a pomegranate. But the scriptures that's referring to sex and oral sex in the Song of Solomon is written in a poetic way, and it's referenced by fruit, so that people will not think it's perverted. It's not meant to be perverted. It's another form of intimacy that you are supposed to enjoy with your wife and husband. But I just wanted to record this message because I made a post about this on Facebook yesterday, and a lot of people are unaware that there's actual sex magic that's going on out here. It's actually being performed, or it was being performed at one point in time on my God-ordained spouse. The Lord revealed it to me that my God-ordained spouse's ex-girlfriend has not only been doing witchcraft on him, but has been doing witchcraft on me as well. And it hasn't worked. I went on a 3-day fast. I've been praying and rebuking up a storm. I've been rubbing me down with olive oil, rubbing his pictures down with olive oil. I mean, like, I've just really been going in. So, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. In the name of the precious blood of Jesus Christ, Yeshua Mashiach, I place a hedge of thorns and a hedge of protection around me and my husband, in the spiritual and in the physical. But this is just a quick message that I wanted to put out, so that guys, you know, especially the young men, they need to be made aware of this stuff. I mean, this stuff is becoming more and more prevalent now. I mean, it's getting ridiculous out here. I mean, like, there are a lot of women that are messing around with this witchcraft stuff, and you would never even know it, because it's not like they're going to tell you, you know, I'm a witch, right? They're never going to tell you that they're a witch. They may sit up there and say, well, I'm a good witch, you know, I balance my chakras and try to open my third eye and stuff like that. But that's how it starts. That's where it starts. It starts from trying to balance your chakras, open your third eye. Next thing you know, they're drinking moon water and worshiping the moon. And next thing you know, they're just full in. They're just all the way deep in. Now they're going to go get yoni steams and yoni pearls. Stay away from that stuff. I honestly believe yoni steams and yoni pearls have some kind of love potion, love concoction in it. There's so many things out here. I mean, when I say it's a lot, there's so many things. You got love potions, you got love spells, you got things that they're putting in the food, like whatever kind of potion, you know, it can either be drank, or it can be put in somebody's food. They're whispering enchantments over this person as they're sleeping. I mean, it's all kinds of stuff, you guys. It's all kinds of stuff, and they're getting all this stuff from Google and TikTok. You got to be careful. I mean, like, you really got to be careful. I mean, even the teenage girls, because let's keep it real, teenagers, they get on TikTok and Facebook, and these high school girls are seeing this stuff, and they're highly impressionable. They don't even know what they're really doing, but they're playing around with this stuff, opening up a demonic realm, opening up a portal over this person physically and spiritually. And a lot of the time, these witches do not know that by them even invoking spirituality through the climax of sex, they're actually invoking a demonic spirit. They don't even know that. They think this stuff is harmless, and it's not. Satan, he sits back and he waits, and he lets you keep on doing it, keep on doing it, keep on doing it until he got you right where he wants you, and then he's about to show you his big ugly face, and you're about to see exactly what you've been doing this whole entire time, unbeknownst to you. And it might be too late for you to turn back around. I just hope that everybody receives this message and you repent in the name and of the precious blood of Jesus Christ, Yeshua Mashiach, because there's a lot of deception out here. I mean, you got men manipulating women, and you got women manipulating the men. I mean, it's on another level. If you are involved with someone who you feel or think is not the person that you were supposed to be with, ask the Lord, is this the person that I'm supposed to be with? If not, remove them. If this person is not for me, you don't want me with this person, remove this person from me. And I guarantee you, he will do it, because he's done it to me several times. If this is not the person you want me to be with, remove them. Expose what this person is doing in the dark. If this person is being evil and malicious with me and being harmful, their intent is to harm me, open my eyes, let the scales fall off of my eyes, and I can see. And he will reveal things to you in the spirit. I promise you, he will. So this Kabbalah, this middle Hindu mysticism, Tantra, New Age visualization, sex magic, all of this stuff is devices from the enemy to keep you distracted, to keep you from seeking the real thing. He's keeping you distracted with what you think is real, but it's a counterfeit of the real thing. Y'all stay prayed up, you guys. Yoni pearls. I mean, you don't even need that. It's self-cleansing. You can take a bath, you can take a shower, and you can douche. There are several different things that you can do. You don't need a yoni steam or a yoni pearl. Why would you want to insert something inside of you? Well, it rids your body. You know, it gets rid of all the detoxes in your body. That's what a douche does too. That's what a bath does, honestly. You don't know what kind of spiritual incarnations have been attached to those yonis. In a previous video, I think it was a spiritual warfare video, where one of my friends, somebody came into her beauty shop and gave her one of those things, and she went home to go take a bath, and she was about to insert it inside of her, and she heard God's voice say, you don't know what kind of curse that's going to put on your womb. And it's true. And this is how witches operate. They come to you as a friend trying to help you, but in all actuality, they have a knife in their hand to get ready to stab you in the back with. I saw a video on social media not that long ago. I believe they were in Ghana, and there was a wedding, and the husband and bride were dancing, And one of the wedding guests walked over to the bride as she was dancing and had some kind of towel in her hand, some kind of charm enchantment that was probably wrapped up in the towel. And while the bride was dancing, she was dancing with her, and took the towel and was trying to do 3 circles over her. This is a portal in the spirit realm. The same way witches, when they're doing a spell, they'll take candles and put them in a circle. They will draw a pentagram, a 5-pointed star with a circle around it, because the circle solidifies the portal. And this witch doctor, juju doctor, actually took this towel and was waving it over this woman's head 3 times in a circle, because that way it's a spiritual portal that's right over this woman. And the photographer snatched this lady's arm back before she could get the 3rd circle to be complete, because he knew exactly what she was doing. Jealousy is enough to make a person do witchcraft on someone that they've never met before. Myself, I currently right now am having witchcraft done on me by someone I have never met, someone I've never seen, never laid eyes on ever. They were doing witchcraft on me because they're jealous that my God ordained spouse doesn't want to be with them anymore. They can sense, and see that they don't want to, my God ordained spouse doesn't want to be with them anymore. They're losing him. And she's like, no, I can't take this. I can't accept this. There's something, I got to do something. And now she's doing witchcraft, and she's doing sex magic, and she's doing all kinds of stuff. Her final act of desperation. She's desperate to keep him. And this woman is actually doing witchcraft on me. I'll probably put this in another video. I'll try to make another video tonight speaking on it, but the Lord has been revealing to me, and he has confirmed several times that this woman is doing witchcraft on me. I've never even met this woman, never even laid eyes on her. She might not even have laid eyes on me, but it's a possibility she could have went to a voodoo doctor, witch doctor. And I don't know who she is. I don't know her name or anything. If I don't know who she is, I can't give you her name to go put her name on a demonic altar, or take a picture of her and put it on a demonic altar. So what this witch doctor will do, will usher forward familiar spirits to follow my God ordained spouse around, wait for him to look at my social media and be like, oh, that's her name, that's her picture, and go right back to the witch doctor and tell them, oh, well, we watched the husband, and the woman that he is wanting to be with, her name is such and such, and her picture looks like this. They will communicate this to the witch doctor, and then the witch doctor will do whatever they need to do with that kind of information. So that's probably another way that she found out about me, or she could have just gotten in his phone one night. I don't know. There are several different ways that she could have found out about me. But it's not like me and my God ordained spouse are even talking right now. Like, we're not even talking, So she just sees, that he's not treating me the same. He's not talking to me the same. She could probably sense that he's falling out of love with her. And she's trying to do something about it. The last minute act of desperation. So y'all be careful, man. Not only are they doing witchcraft on the guys, they're doing witchcraft on the women too. There was a whole entire murder downtown Dallas that took place 1700 Cedar Springs in the year 2014 or 2015. And it was all because this dentist started dating this guy. He broke up with his previous girlfriend that he was with before her. He pretty much left his girlfriend to be in a relationship with her. Ex-girlfriend found out about it, hired someone. I think she paid him like $1,000, maybe $2,000. Went to her apartment at 1700 Cedar Springs downtown and shot this woman in the head. All because of jealousy. All because her boyfriend left her to be with someone else. Took another person's life. So witchcraft is definitely possible, and it's happening to me right now. I can't even believe. Never in my life, ever in my life, have I had anybody do witchcraft on me. I can say that now. I can say, oh yeah, I've had somebody do witchcraft on me before. Before this weekend, I would have not been able to say that, but the Lord revealed it to me this weekend that she's been doing witchcraft on me. So if you guys feel led to pray for me, I would appreciate that. And if you would like for me to pray for you too, you can drop a comment in the comment section, or you can email me. And the email is outcasts for Christ at yahoo.com. And I'll make sure I'll drop it in the description box. So y'all just stay prayed up. You know, pray that the Father, Yahuwah Abba, who is in heaven, blesses you. He covers you with the name and the precious blood of Jesus Christ, Yahushua Mashiach, and that you have a hedge of thorns and a hedge of protection placed over you in the spiritual and in the physical realm. This is your girl, Be Blessed, Mail Lady Messenger. Until next time, shalom, everybody.